part of the map, and since I did that, I didn't fix those. I didn't put it in. Yeah, I killed the mod portal logo. Put a Pleasant Valley real estate logo in its place. I'm gonna head back over to the boat and send another boat out for those that missed the boat earlier. It does work if you empty the fish before you leave, before you send it. Although, me skipping the way I am and everything isn't that great, I'm going to get up in a minute, just do a button and ask them if they could at least stop. Howdy, Chris.
Hey, let's...
Pay no attention to the white snow piles in the gravel. And you need a map date as well as a new file, I think.
Should be the map viable objects, the map food trigger, and the map.
You got it. But I have a graphic glitch in the gravel that I gotta fix. Other than that, the excavators are in today, and the cemetery, and oh, I already bought the big mountain and you missed it. You'll have to watch back on the broadcast.
All right, Viper. I got it, and the magic trick was to get it lined up, unhitch the trailer, the dolly, push it underneath with a PV box truck, reattach the dolly, then attach it to that little silly green agroliner thing. It kind of looks really silly on that AR frame, but it is what it is. If it works, it works.
Snow piles. I do have something that I could try to show. I was not prepared, and it would be an offline demonstration, but I'd really have to, if you guys really tell people about the bridge. There are no bridges. One doofus. Yeah, there's another doofus. Welcome. Thanks for the follow, one doofus. Bridges are gone. Yep. Actually, what's funny, earlier today in the first update, the bridges weren't completely gone, and I was over there and Dan ran into it wasn't completely, and here on we were able to walk on water. Quite funny. You could drive over an invisible bridge over the water, but they're gone now. I'm gonna try to attempt it. Don't try to attempt it at home. No bridge here. You're gonna have to swim to get to the other side. Or build the bridge. Bridges. I didn't tell you guys this. The standard 200,000 boards, 200,000 cement, and a million. I think 800,000 or a million. I can't quite remember. Of the stone to build each bridge, and I think 4 days. And you can build that bridge there. The bridge that goes out to the island on this side cannot be built until you have access to the island by building on the other side. Yeah. So, and one of the cool things about that as well is some things will be out on the island that I'm not actually sure yet, but we're going to put a few things out on the island, or at least a couple new features that you can access until the island is built. You'll need to bring products out there to get them to operate. It's a possibility to move the canola mill out there, but if we get more than 64 fill types, we might have a new factory out there. We'll have to see how that mod goes. And we're synchronized. We'll go over and send out another boat as soon as we're synchronizing.
It's not me.
I'm gonna. Oh, while we're synchronizing, I'm getting up and see if I can kick somebody off the internet. I'll be right back.
John Seeger, thanks for the follow, buddy. Let's see if we got any fish over here. Nope, no fish. Alright, we'll have to feed a little bit of corn. For anybody who missed it earlier, we now got to supply our fishing boats with a little bit of corn. Then they go on their way, a nice fishing day, and hopefully come back with a fair catch. Me personally, I wanted.
Everybody hire farmer just got kicked off the server and had to come back.
Not a problem. What do you guys think? I think the unload trigger should be further out the dock and not so close to the edge here. I mean, but I guess we don't want to make it too hard. Who parked that box truck there? Never mind, it was me. See, I'm thinking right about there. I think even off the edge of the water here, that'd be pretty cool right around there. And there goes our boat. So we're always coming up with some new fancy ideas. You know, we're building the bridges now, and next thing you know, we're contemplating whether making the mixing stations buyable in the beginning to unlock them, similar to, because you already have mixing wagons that you use to mix your rations, but we're cruel. We don't know if we're going to become cruel and unusual in the same sense.
Yeah, but you only need the mixed ration to get 100%. You can get like 80 without it.
Right. That's why me personally, I think it's a cool idea if we lock the mixing station. I think that should be buyable as well.
It will be.
See? There we go.
Just saying. Actually, just about everything on this map, if the Giants engine can handle it. Let's say that. Did somebody send the boat out already?
I just I was showing these guys I loaded it up and sent it on its way.
Cool deal. All right. Anyhow,
There's one more.
Yep, everything on the map here. I'll go wherever that other one is.
Yep,
Just about everything on the map's going to be hidden and have to either be built or purchased. The Giants engine can handle it. Therefore, when you first come in, you will be able to. You'll have to literally plow out your fields. After you remove the trees around the landscape. Up. And there's the other bridge drop-off spot. It's one of the things I was going to show you right there. You can build the bridge here. You won't see the factories. CAD, thanks again if you're still there. Are you still there, CAD? Say hello. So I can see if you're still... I guess I could open a list, but... Anyhow, just so you know that we listen to you on the forums, CAD was mentioning, can we make it so the factories lots have to be cleared before you build factories? And I thought about it, and logistically, to put trees there and stuff and fields isn't quite possible, but Mike was on at the time and we were chatting. He's got and not Mike, Chris, excuse me. Mike's always chatting, but Chris was on and chatting with me, and we were throwing things back and forth, and we came up with the idea of putting things hidden on the map. That thus, if you were here and you can rewind and watch this broadcast later on YouTube or on the Twitch channel, you'll see that the whole speedway was under a mountain. And that is something that we can do and probably will do with each of the factory lots. Prior to building them, you'll have to remove the whatever is blocking them visually from you seeing them and making it into a rough landscape look all the way around. So that was real idea that developed out of CAD watching. And as we sync up here, let's see if my chat's...
Yeah, one thing I mentioned to the guys I thought would be cool is you see where we have the Oshkosh out on that deck. To make it a little more realistic, I wonder if we would put the trigger or mark it out on the dock, if it'd be worthwhile to put it out where the truck is at to dump, to load up the fishing boat as opposed to closer to the edge. I mean, it's up to you, but it's just an idea.
It's going to become more like a real job. Is meant to take time and enjoy doing it. That's what the multiplayer map is all about, and that is something that many requested, is make it so that have a farm. Now, if you're looking for one of those maps where you just want to and crops, get your money, replant your crops, get your money, there's plenty of those out there. We're doing a map that you can play with a large group of people for several months, and that's what we're looking for on this one. And we'll keep expanding it out as long as we can. And it's all how you look at it, Thornadad, or Thernadad, if they say it. There's nothing that says that you have to do everything on a map either. As far as the way we look at it is, if you'd rather have a nice mountain there than an extra factory, then leave it as a mountain. If you don't want to look at the racetrack, you don't have to buy it. Leave it as a racetrack. And you want to send that boat, Jeff, for you, or I can send it for the guys here. And we'll send the last boat out. If I can not back up into the water. Nice parking job on the dock, by the way.
Well, that's one thing I was looking at, is we put the triggers out at the end of the dock. I think to be much more realistic, but we don't go too crazy.
You'd have a lot of boats in the water.
A lot of trucks in water.
Yeah, I've got lags, so the boat's skipping out there, but it did go out. And now it's fishing.
One request I was put out there is if we could put the little yellow and black warning trigger area for the unloading of the corn, if possible, at the end of the dock, near the dirt side. Similar to what we did with the gravel piles.
Tell me that again one more time. Sorry, I got distracted.
Okay. If we could put the little square area where to unload the corn at the end of the dock, they would appreciate it, if possible.
Yes, this is the only dock that I actually got around. I believe the rest of them. Oh no, that's right. All right, yeah, we could put the squares on for unloading as well. Basically, the real thing is, though, it's at the tip of the dock. If you back up to the tip, I didn't think you needed them. Maybe I'll make it an option to be turned on and off for people that don't want them, because I think sometimes those squares take away from the realism of the game. That's why I try up to the edge of the dock, but I'll put that as an option to be turned on or off by at the center plant as well. As far as Doofus, as far as putting the piles from the quarry